Top of the morning. What's going on? Thank God for the wake up. How's everybody doing today? Well, today is Monday, I believe the 15th. So first of all, before I do and go into anything, it's my sister's birthday today. Probably one of the best sisters in God's creation. Seriously. She's awesome. And I love her to death. Yeah, we could definitely have an argument of who got the best sister. Anyways, seriously though, happy birthday to her. Deanna, I love you. Today it's a good day. I've kind of just been thinking a lot today, this morning, on a few different topics. I don't think I'll try to touch up on everything. But, I guess just tackle one thing at a time. And this morning, I was kind of concerned a little bit about some of my test results had came back from, I had did like some blood work on Thursday when I went to go see my doctor. And some of those test results came back, and I think one of the biggest things, mostly everything came back great. But I was looking at my tumor markers, my cancer markers, and I don't know. I looked at it, but didn't pay no mind, and I was like, oh, I'm a little elevated, whatever, but I didn't really pay attention like that. So I was going back this morning. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, it's 4.2. So the average range for your tumor markers, I believe, is like from 0 to 2.5 or something like that, or 2.8 or whatever. And so mine's 4.2. So I was like, you know what? Hold on. What am I doing? Hold on. Let me go back to my last marker. And my last marker, which was done in March, my blood test was in March. So that's a whole, 2 months ago, was at 3.1. So now it's elevated. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, why is it going up? Because I'm above the normal range now. So not by much, but as I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, what the hell is CEA? What does it do? You know what I mean? So I was just looking more into it. You know what I mean? So, for those who don't know, the CEA is the tumor markers. They kind of measure you, to kind of see, hey, where, like, if once they start treatment, say, hey, your tumor level's out of 4. Okay, with the treatment, if you're doing like chemo or whatever, they'll measure you again and see if you're going down. This is kind of gives them an idea of whether or not their treatment is working. So what does CEA stand for? So now bear with me a little bit because I'm not good with these words. Where's my wife when you need her? Carcinoembryonic antigen. That's what it stands for. Carcinoembryonic antigen in the blood. Okay. Now this is a type of tumor marker. The CEA is an indicator of whether cancer is growing and spreading or diminishing with treatment. Okay, so carcinoembryonic antigen. I'm not going to remember that. I probably will continue to call it CEA. by the acronym, because that's like, what the fuck is that? But what is it exactly? Okay, now an unborn baby produces CEA while in the uterus. But healthy adults can produce little or none of this. It's a protein. See, I didn't know that. Okay, we're creating too much protein. Am I eating too much protein? I'm wondering. Now I'm thinking about the foods that I eat. Am I putting too much in my body? Anyways, smokers may have elevated levels of CEA, as well as people with the following non-cancerous conditions. So your levels could be elevated if you're a smoker, and your levels could be elevated if you have certain types of non-cancerous conditions. Let's put it in, because when I read it, it just doesn't sound right. I think this is the way I don't know. I just read different. Anyways, non-cancerous type conditions that could raise your CEA levels: emphysema, cirrhosis, benign breast disease, inflammation of the gallbladder or colitis. I think that's what it says. Inflammation of the pancreas, pancreatitis, a peptic ulcer, ulcerative colitis, and rectal polyps. Okay, so these particular non-cancerous conditions could raise your level of your CEA, even though it might not be cancer. Okay, but they could raise the level of this protein. High levels correspond to the presence of colorectal cancer, as well as cancers of the pancreas, liver, stomach, ovaries, thyroid, lungs, and breast. Okay, so now I have it currently. I have cancer that moved over to my liver. So, and I also had colorectal cancer. So the CEA markers have elevated for me because of that. So, but these levels could get higher with other types of liver, like pancreas or stomach or ovaries, thyroid, lungs, and breast. So, things to be maybe concerned about. Now, the one thing that I don't understand is when they do like labs and stuff like that, lots of times I don't believe they do like cancer marker test. You know what I mean? It's more like glucose and, cholesterol, whatever. But I don't think they really do the CEA test. Now, why aren't these tests just like standard? That's my question. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. So it says carcinoma, which was in the word of carcinoembryonic. Carcinoma refers to cancers that arise from, man, where's my wife when I need her? Epithelial tissue, which lines and covers organs and includes the skin. Carcinomas make up the bulk of cancer cases, 80 to 90%. And that's according to the National Cancer Institute, by the way. So just so you know, I'm reading this from City of Hope Cancer Research. Yeah, so you see this stuff and you're like, okay, well, what does all this mean? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much to interpret So I'm looking at this. So how do you decipher what is low and what is high? So like I was saying before, if CEA levels drop during treatment, this means that the treatment is working. Okay. Your CEA normal range, if you didn't catch it earlier, is 0 to 2.5 nanograms per milliliter of blood. Okay, 0 to 2.5 for a milliliter. What is a milliliter? Like a vial? I mean, a little piece or whatever. Okay, it also says if the CE levels remain elevated during treatment, that may... Okay, it also says if CE levels remain elevated during treatment, the treatment may not have been as successful as hoped. Anything greater than 10 nanograms suggests extensive disease. Well, shit. I mean, I'm at stage 4. What the hell? You know what I mean? You're telling me stage 4 is the end of the line. I mean, shit. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying? The stage 4 is at the end of the line. There ain't no stage 5. And I'm only at 4 nanograms. And anything greater than 10 suggests extensive disease. Like, okay. And yeah. And here's the other one. It says the levels greater than 20 suggests the cancer may be spreading. Well, shit. I mean, I have it in my lymph nodes. Have it in my So that, I think that's one of the things that I'm trying to figure out right now is like, what can I do to help my lymph nodes or clear up my lymph nodes? I mean, I'm doing everything possible that I've seen just to help clear myself up. I'm trying to fix, and I don't know if this stuff is working or not working. Like I said, I went in and I've been eating right. I've been doing everything I can, you know, taking my supplements and doing everything. It's just like sometimes it just feels like shit. You know? What else can I do? I need help. Is there any type of, if anybody's out there that is going through kind of what I've been through, you know, where it's in your, now it's metastasized to your liver and it's in your, your lymph nodes, please let me know. I need to figure some shit out, you know. And why does the CE levels, you know what I mean, if you look up on like Safari or Google, whatever, why does the range differ? Like one's like 0 to 2.5, another is like 0 to 3.0. Like, what's the range? They don't have like a real range? I mean, I'm seeing like different little things. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is confusing, man. Anyways, I mean, you know, when I start thinking about this, it kind of stresses me out. You know what I mean? Because you know, I think my sister-in-law says it best. You know what I mean? You get to reading through Google or Safari or whatever it is your search engine is, and all of a sudden you start going down this rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like, dude, what the hell? You know, you start finding all these things and you start wondering whether, you know, if you got something else or why is this thing, you know, and it might not even be progressing. It could be degressing. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm just trying to understand. if somebody can be out there that can help me out, I am just trying to understand. Help me. Anyway, on another note, I hope everybody's Mother's Day was good. You know, I love my wife and I thank her for bringing my 2 kids into the world. As I continue to sit here and you know, my mind is in a million different places at one time, and I hope she was able to relax a little bit. I think that was her main goal, was just trying to sit back and relax, and I hope I could give her that. So yeah, what is this right here I'm reading? Okay, surveillance strategy includes abdominal computer to stage 2. I got stage 4. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Definitely. Where am I at right now? My brain's kind of scattered this morning. So excuse me. My thought process is kind of off right at this particular moment. Just trying to think about everything that's going on and where I'm headed next, and because of my test, and I got to make appointments for another MRI, and then, you know, the doctor wants to see me in like 3 weeks to kind of, hey, am I accepting his treatment plan or not? It's a difficult decision, you know. Because, you know, in the back of my mind and my gut, my soul tells me, hey, Lewis, just leave this stuff alone. And another part of me just is like, okay, listen to the doctors, Lewis, you know best. So it's just one of those things. But if you guys have any suggestions of where you guys are at, anybody listening that has colorectal cancer or metastasized to their liver or something like that, please let me know. I know that if it wasn't in my lymph nodes at this particular point, and it was just in the liver, concentrated to the liver, then they would just cut it out the liver. It would be pretty, I mean, not simple. I mean, who wants to have that kind of surgery, right? But that's not the case. The case is that it's in my lymph nodes, and that's what's going to help make it spread. So, how do I get it out of there? What can I do naturally to help get it out of there? Anyways, I pose those questions to you guys. You know, if you guys could help me out, for those who may have been through something similar, or know a family member has been through something similar, maybe somebody survived it, please let me know. Anyways, I do have a GoFundMe. I definitely need help. This isn't a joke. Please hit my GoFundMe. Bills are continuing to pile up. Luis Lopez. Find me. You could also listen to my other episodes through podcasts, through all my podcasting streams. The show is available. YouTube, you name it, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora. If you want to talk to me or get on my show, you could definitely reach me at Cancer, My Journey, My Way. I'd love to talk to you. Or if you have any suggestions, definitely love to listen to them. And hope to hear from you guys soon. So with that being said, I love you guys. Peace, love, one.